So stress affects all of us, and you may notice symptoms of stress when you're doing life, things happening, like you notice that your fuse might be a little bit shorter than normal, when you're disciplining your kids, or you're having a really busy work week, or maybe you're sitting around and you're managing your finances, or you're coping with a challenging relationship, whether it's at home or at work. Stress is everywhere, no matter where we go. And while a little stress is okay, lots of stress can be just way too much and wear us down, make us sick mentally and physically. And we live in a world that's constantly stimulating to us, right? So we're inundated with information to the point that we're on this like process overload. And perceived stress and good stress, like maybe getting a new job or getting married or having a baby, stuff that should be like exciting and fun, our body recognizes them the same way, whether it's super stressful and it's something that's not good for us, right? So think of it this way. You cook on a burner, right? You turn that burner on. Would you ever just leave it on after you're done cooking? No way, right? Well, you don't want to deal with stress that way either. And stress is like leaving that burner on. It can be dangerous. We would never just leave it on all day, all night, right? But when stress is happening in our body, it's like that burner just keeps going and going and going. So the first step to helping control our stress is knowing what the symptoms of stress are. Being able to recognize symptoms of stress. It might be a little bit harder than you think. And most of us are so used to being stressed out, we don't even know that we are stressed out, to the point where we just crack and break. So what is stress? Stress is the body's reaction to harmful situations, whether they are real or perceived. When you feel threatened, a chemical response actually happens that allows you to act in a way to help you prevent injury. It's known as fight or flight. This is a normal stress response. Now, during that stress response, your heart races, your breath quickens, your muscles tighten, your blood pressure goes up, and you've gotten ready to act. More than likely, we're going to be like, running from a tiger or a bear or something, right? But stress means different things to different people, and what causes stress in one person may be of little or no concern in another. So some people are better able to handle stress and adapt to it than others. And not that all stress is bad. In small doses, stress can actually help you accomplish tasks, prevent you from getting hurt. Those are some examples that how stress gets you to kind of like maybe slam on the brakes to avoid a car accident and hitting the person in front of you. That's all a good thing, right? So our bodies are actually designed to handle those small doses of stress, but what we're not equipped to handle is those long-term chronic stress that has those ill consequences on our body. So what are some symptoms of stress? Stress can actually affect all aspects of your life, including emotional behaviors, the ability to think, physical health. There's really no part of the body that's immune to stress. But because people handle it differently, symptoms of stress can vary. So they may be vague, they may cause medical conditions, so you may experience any of the following symptoms. Emotional symptoms are going to be things like becoming easily agitated, frustrated, moody, feeling overwhelmed all the time, like you're absolutely losing control or need to take control of something, having that difficulty relaxing and quieting your mind, maybe feeling bad about yourself, having low self-esteem, loneliness, worthlessness, and sometimes depression. Maybe some people like to avoid other people when they're in a stressed state as well. And then we have the physical aspects of stress, and that's going to include things like low energy, headaches, upset stomach, maybe some diarrhea and constipation and nausea, aches, pains, tense muscles, chest pain, rapid heartbeat, trouble sleeping, trouble falling asleep, frequent colds and infections because it's going to lower the immune system. And loss of sexual drive or, even ability sometimes. Lots of nervousness and shaking. Sometimes there's a ringing in the ear, sweaty hands and feet, dry mouth, difficulty swallowing. We've all seen it, that clenched jaw, grinding teeth. And then we have some cognitive symptoms, so changes in our mental focus and abilities, that constant worrying, those thoughts that are racing, forgetfulness, very disorganized thinking, unable to focus, poor judgment, different things like that, being pessimistic or negative all the time, always seeing the glass half empty. Some behavioral symptoms that we're going to see are like changes in appetite or not wanting to eat or eating too much, like emotional eating. We see procrastination a lot, avoiding responsibilities. You just don't want to get out of bed sometimes. That increased use of alcohol or drugs is also really common, or cigarettes. Exhibiting more nervous behaviors like nail biting, fidgeting, pacing back and forth. Now, those are just some of the things that we're looking for. Now, what happens when there's a long-term stress involvement and those consequences on the body? This ongoing process of chronic stress, always leaving that burner on, is going to cause a lot of problems, and it can exacerbate many health symptoms and problems, including our mental health, causing things like depression and anxiety, personality changes and disorders, cardiovascular changes and disease, heart disease, high blood pressure, abnormal heart rate, heart attacks even, stroke, obesity, eating disorders. Then we start seeing things with our changes in menstrual cycles and problems, sexual dysfunction, loss of sexual desire, men and women both. Our hair, skin, and nails start to change. We start seeing things like acne, psoriasis, eczema, gobs of hair falling out, GI problems like reflux and GERD, gastritis, sometimes ulcerative colitis, things with the colon, just gets really irritated. The list goes on and on. I want you to know, though, you're not alone. We all feel stress in some form or fashion, right? And I am actually looking for you, if you're feeling many of the things that we talked about and you're really tired of dealing with stress this way, it's time to get your stress level back under control and into a healthy level, and address some of the things that are interfering with your life. I can help you do that. I am currently interviewing individuals that are experiencing these symptoms and want a safe and effective natural approach to help them feel better. So if you feel that you have stress, you may qualify for our study. Please click the link below, and one of our colleagues, either myself or one of my colleagues, will get in touch with you and see if you qualify for our case study. I look forward to talking to you, and I hope you have a low stress rest of your week. Thank you.